Welcome back, family. You're listening to Commitments Radio on WDRB Media. We're talking to our special guest, Bishop Robert H. Kelly III. He is a political, economic, and humanitarian advisor and commentator on a number of different areas. And we're talking about the question, which is really interesting: does America have a leadership deficit? We've been talking about that a little bit, and Bishop, you've said some really good things. But let me just ask the direct question: how did we even get here?
Well, I like to look at it from several angles. I like to look at it, first of all, from a concept of um, our families,
Hmm.
because families are what create strong communities, and strong communities create a strong state. Strong state creates a strong union. So I think there's a lot of perceptions or misconceptions about how we challenge our families, raise our families, and cultivate our families to live in this society. How we raise our children, I think certainly has had a different change in that sometimes we think that our lives or our role as parents is to give our children everything they want,
Hmm.
give them everything that we've never had.
Hmm.
But the fact of the matter is not having those things and having the struggle is part of the cultivation of the American family.
Hmm.
It's part of the essence of what allows an American to have resilience in our society. If I can argue about my own dynamics for a moment, the greatest challenges I had in my life, of course, were around my family,
Hmm.
around my community, and around some of my own physical disabilities, quite frankly.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, those things made me who I am. And I think when we raise up a society where a child has a cell phone at 8 years old, someone gets a new car when they're 16. I remember when I was 16, we were still using wagons with good wheels almost, but nevertheless,
I'm glad you said that because I was gonna go there on you.
we were riding. Or if one person got a car in the neighborhood, although it was a raggedy, beat down old
Hmm.
car, we enjoyed the fact that we were riding in something that one of our friends had. You know, we felt that his blessing or her blessing was our blessing.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, we have not kept up with the challenges in our society resulting in technology, primarily, and the freedom of speech.
Mm.
When I was young, in your family, there was no such thing as having freedom of speech. Today, if a child expresses freedom of speech and they get a beating, the parent can end up in jail.
Yeah.
You know, I think we've allowed also government to dictate what our cultural value system looks like within our family.
Hmm.
And I think that's to some degree been somewhat tragic.
Bishop, but
Yeah.
interestingly enough, I'm going to say, right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm gonna opine here that we have seen a steady spiral downwards that I'm going to say started probably for me around the Clinton time and accelerated in the Obama time. And it has become more divisive. It has become, there's become more vitriol, and it has really become just ugly. Prior to that, there seemed to be more respect in the political realm. What do you think has led to this vitriolic down spiraling that we're seeing?
Well, I think people, I mean, I hate to put it this way. I mean, but um, the first thing is we've turned out to be a people that are not respectful.
Hmm.
We're not respectful of other people's rights, not respectful of other people's opinions.
Hmm.
As a matter of fact, we've turned into almost a nation of disrespect.
Hmm.
Even when we saw the presidential debates over the last several cycles, the level of disrespect was somewhat obvious to someone that, or anyone who believes that whatever a person says, they should be respected.
Well, okay, now before you go any further, I just want to put a pin in that really quickly because I want to make this point. This is not a Republican and a Democratic thing because in the Republican primary debates, as well as in the Democratic primary debates, you saw that same disrespect one to another. So it's not just like, oh, it's the Republicans to the Democrats. We've seen it even inside of the parties.
Oh, certainly. I just think even in the last State of Union address, just so much disrespect.
Hmm.
And we've somehow, I guess the right word might be, we've we've lost some of our culture as human beings.
Hmm.
The leadership doesn't do certain things. Leadership doesn't allow you to behave in a certain way. Leadership is an office. It's a level of respect. There's some certain things you expect in a leader.
Hmm.
And so when we don't see those things, it's problematic. I think when people think less of themselves, that's an element of leadership. Are we putting people in positions because they're leaders, or we put them in positions because they have money, or they're connected, or they say things that sound really good? But where is the history that they're a leadership? Not to mention the fact that we're also seeking civil servants.
Hmm.
Even if you're the chief executive of a major company in the United States or head up a major union, there's a quasi-public responsibility that you have even beyond your rank and file.
Hmm.
Because what your rank and file does also affects the communities which they impact, and certainly have a jurisdiction over. So I think we've lost the connectivity amongst ourselves, that we seem to have people that care only about themselves, but not are concerned with the greater good of people they don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to take our final break, and when we come back, we're going to continue our discussion on Does America Have a Leadership Deficit? You're listening to Commitments Radio on WDRB Media, and we'll be right back after this break.